Now dog is for tuning my channel, and today I'm going to show you how to change a battery in a Toyota Avensis. And if you get this noise, then you will know that your battery is done. Camerawoman, come closer please. Check it out. It's actually not doing anything. It should have done a little bit. It should have done a little bit of trrr, trrr, like a cracking noise, like a cracking noise, trrr, but the battery is completely gone. Anyway, this is where we start. Here's a little lever. You wanna pop that up? Can you see it? I hope you can see it. You pop it up. That's gonna open the boot. And then if you go from the Toyota logo a little bit to this side and put your palm in, you will hit a little lever, and all you need to do just pull this lever towards the Toyota logo. So Toyota logo, one palm size away, penetrate, pull the logo, pull that lever, and this is the little lever I was talking about. So if you go here, put your hands in there, you should see that, and that releases the bonnet. Right now, you take this cover off. Normally this cover comes with a few screws, but I remove them up front, so then we don't waste time for you to show it. And this is the situation. This is the battery here. This is how you're gonna find it. Now we have a big problem here. This screw, this nut is completely rusty, so possibly if I force it off, either it's gonna break everything around the nut and I can't take it off, or it snaps it, so I then don't have the fixation here. I have exactly the same problem here, so that battery hasn't been changed for a long time. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a little bit of WD-40 here and here, and then in the meantime, while the WD-40 work itself into the screw, into the nut, into the rust, that give us time to release those screws. Now these screws we have to release. This is the positive and this is the negative, and then those are not rusty because in the factory and stuff they put a little bit of protective grease on it, which I don't have, but it's quite recommended you have that for exactly that reason. But let's just go on with it. There's no cut in this video. I don't want to cut, so bear with me. It may be a little bit of long, but it's good educational information I'm giving you, because cutting the video is just a waste of my time. Right, so W40, and then just put a little bit, not too much, on here. Yeah, that's it. That's more than enough. And then a little bit here too. It's definitely not gonna harm, because we have to remove both screws, so I'm a little bit scared about that because it doesn't look very good. So that will do the job. And now I've got here some tools. Not a really high standard, but this is what I've got. Right, and now we know the size. You would need a 10mm spanner, 10 millimeters, to release that clamp. Now it is very important. It's very important that you release the clamps in the right order. Now on a dead battery, it wouldn't really matter which order you release, because obviously the battery is dead. Now what you have to release the negative first, the negative pole first, if the battery is not completely dead. I tell you why. Because the negative pole is connected to the whole car. So the whole car, except of the plastic and the silicone bits, every single part of the car is put to negative. Now if you release the positive first and this falls somewhere into here, it's gonna short the whole thing out potentially. You don't want that. You don't want that. So this is just a little tip on side. Right. This is also 10 millimeters. Obviously. Yeah. Just nice. You don't have to go all the way. That's more than enough. Yeah. Now this is now removed, the negative can dangle, but of course it doesn't really make sense, because if the battery is dead, first of all, and secondly, if I remove it, then it doesn't really matter. But I'm just saying, follow those procedures. Maybe sound a bit dumb, but you know, bits and pieces of information are always good to have. Now, gently remove it. You don't need to be scared, obviously. Nothing can happen. This battery is dead anyway. Negative is removed, so absolutely nothing can happen here. And just remove it. Now, if you have this grease, which you can buy, I'm gonna put a link in there. You can order this grease straight from Amazon or something. It's quite nice, because then the screws and everything doesn't get corroded. Furthermore, this is a contactive grease, and you will be getting a contactive more connection from the battery's lead bit to this clamp here. So it's always good to have the grease, but I don't want to spend any extra money on that grease. Now we're gonna try to take this screw off. Now this is a slight problem, because as I can see, this is 11 millimeters, 11, not 10, 11, which is a little bit funny. Hello. And this is, yeah, okay, I got a bit lucky. This is a bit of a silly design, because why put a 10 millimeter here and then an 11 millimeter here? Just unnecessary step that you have another tool. But of course, okay, you see, with the W40, actually, hang on. Oh, what's happening here? Is it a 10 millimeter? It was just complete. No, perfect. Is it a 10 millimeter? It was just so rusty. Yeah, that actually the spanner didn't go on it, but yes, 10 millimeters, perfect. And all, if you have, use that star key, because with the spanner, if you come off, it's gonna damage the stuff around the nut, and then the spanner is gonna go all the way. So if you have this possibility to have a star key, always use this. And if that goes on it, you're gonna be laughing. This is a very special key, a very special spanner, as you can see. I'm gonna have a link for the Amazon where I bought it, and then just turn it over all day long, just like that, and you save yourself a lot of time fiddling about with that other spanner. Yeah, stuck on it is really good. Should pop out, but that will take some time, I'm afraid, till we get that off. And now this is turning as well, which is a pain in the absolute neck. That shouldn't be turning. This is really silly. That shouldn't be turning. But now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to release this screw here, hopefully. You see, so rusty that the key doesn't even want to go on it. But if I can get that out, then, and that's exactly what I described before. You see, now this is damaged, it's not going anywhere. So this is now a fucked up situation, guys. This is exactly what I didn't want to happen. But since the screw is so rusty, you can see it completely dead. We have a big problem here now. Look at that rust. So therefore it's good if you maintain the whole thing. Always keep it with a little bit of grease or W40, because if you have this situation, I now am in a big trouble, because the spanner turned on it already, so there's not much I can do about it. I'm trying to save it, but my balls are starting sweating at the moment, because out of a 2.5 or 3 minute job, I might standing here all day. Now I'm exaggerating, but the problem is that if this battery runs out of the video, then it's a double penetration, you know, which is not necessarily a good thing. If you're on the receiving end, of course, no? Right. Oh my god. Right, more W40, but I think only God will help here, not the 40. This is bad. This is bad. I'm pissed off with this now. I'm pissed off with this. This is no good. This is just so not good, man. You see, the key is turning on it. There's nothing I can do about it. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. And unfortunately, I now don't have the right tools. This is not gonna make any difference. I'm gonna, however, give it a shot. If it would move a little bit, just a little bit, that the W40 could penetrate, what I could do, I could hammer it a little bit. So maybe it breaks the rust inside, but I think whatever I do here, this screw won't come out. Hoppala! Now, sometimes I get lucky in life, and this time that exactly happened. You see, the hammering, that's what I'm saying. A little bit of hammering sometimes do good for everyone, you know? So, for those people who are kind of don't have a hammering situation going on at home, I think you should get back to it, because you know what happened? I released the screw which was completely actually screwed up, or in bad language, but I saved it, and I'm going to cook with gas from now on, because this is what happened, you see? Now, this is a bullshit design. I didn't even know that with a hook. Come on, man. Come on. This is bullshit. But anyway, let's remove this silly battery here. Right. And let me grab the new one. Right, okay. So we have the battery here. And it fits like a fist on the eye, so perfectly. And now we have here some bullshit going on. What the hell is that? All right, okay. Oh no, I really put the wrong way. Sorry guys. Sorry, my mistake. It's the wrong side. Yeah, the wrong side. You have a little bit of a signature here as well. You take the plastic caps off, yeah, and now we're gonna put on the whole things here. This time we're gonna be very careful here, because now things are interesting, because the battery actually has power now. We make sure, I mean, ideally put them in at the same time. Maybe the alarm is gonna come on now. It didn't, which is good. So slightly hammer it down, yeah. And of course, if you would have had this grease, that would have made a big difference, but since we don't have it, let me release the screw a little bit more. But I think this is good enough. Make sure it has a good connection. It's very, very important. And then just tighten it up, and be careful with the key. Don't touch, because if with the key now you touch something like here, you're gonna see light going, which you've never seen in your life, and you don't necessarily want that. Now this is weird, because I mean, it should have fit this car, but you can see how bullshit this is. So that's just not the sexiest thing in the world. Therefore I'm going to remove it. That should have fit, but of course this is, I mean, this battery is of course with 3 years warranty and designed for this car, but you know, sometimes people design things in funny ways, but it's good enough. It's definitely the right battery for the car. I put a link in for you, so you can order the battery straight from Amazon, so it saves you a lot of time to look for it. Right. Yeah, hand tight, guys, hand tight. Not your whole 120 kilos on it, yeah? And now hopefully I can hang that in, but I have no idea where it was. Now I can see it. Come, camera woman, I think from this side. No, the other side. I don't know how much you can see it, but there is a little hole. Zoom in there if you can from here somehow. There is a little hole. Maybe from the top here you can see it better. That's where you hang it in. There is a little hole, not from the angle, from here, from this angle. There is this little hole here in the metal, and that's where you hang it in. I'm not sure how much you can see it, but I think it's gonna be good enough. Don't take my light away, please. Thank you. Go away from there. Go to this side because I have to take my light. Right. So I hooked it in. Almost, I think. Yeah. Now I have a slight problem. I have no idea when I put this little screw. You see? So sometimes with doing all this video and everything, I have no idea where I put this screw, so that could theoretically cost me like several hours till I find it. Oh, my lucky day today. Right, and now ideally buy yourself a little